For nearly 200 years, India was ruled by Great Britain. This period of British dominance is a significant chapter in the history of both nations, shaping their futures in profound ways. This period, from the 18th century to 1947, is known as the British Raj. It was a time of great change, marked by both progress and suffering. The British East India Company, a trading company, slowly gained control over India, exploiting its resources and people. Initially, they came for trade, but soon they began to exert political and military control. India, with its spices, textiles, and vast population, became the jewel in the crown of the British Empire. The wealth generated from Indian resources fueled the British economy and funded their global ambitions. The British built railways and introduced new laws, but they also caused hardship. The infrastructure developments were primarily designed to benefit British economic interests, often at the expense of local needs. Indians were treated as second-class citizens in their own land. The social hierarchy imposed by the British created deep divisions and resentment among the local population. The British Raj left a complex legacy. While it brought some advancements, it also left behind a trail of economic exploitation and social upheaval that would take decades to heal. It brought advancements in infrastructure and administration, but also led to economic exploitation and social upheaval. The railways, for instance, connected distant parts of India, but were built to serve British commercial interests. The memory of British rule remains a sensitive topic in India even today. The remnants of colonial architecture and the lasting impact on Indian society continue to evoke mixed feelings among the people. By the early 20th century, many Indians began demanding freedom. Leaders like Mahatma Gandhi emerged, advocating for independence through non-violent resistance. The idea of a separate Muslim state, Pakistan, also gained momentum. This was fueled by concerns among some Muslims about their future in an independent India dominated by Hindus. The call for Swaraj, or self-rule, grew louder. The Indian National Congress, led by Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru, spearheaded the independence movement. However, the Muslim League, under Muhammad Ali Jinnah, demanded a separate nation for Muslims. World War II weakened Britain, making it difficult to hold on to its colonies. After the war, the British government decided to grant India independence. However, the question of partition remained a major hurdle. The decision to divide the country into India and Pakistan was made hastily, with devastating consequences. On 15 August 1947, India finally achieved independence. Jawaharlal Nehru became the first Prime Minister of India. However, the joy of freedom was overshadowed by the pain of partition. The provinces of Punjab and Bengal were divided between India and Pakistan, leading to mass displacement and violence. Scars of freedom, the human cost of partition. The partition of India was one of the largest mass migrations in human history. It was a monumental event that reshaped the subcontinent, leading to the creation of two independent nations, India and Pakistan. The scale of the migration was unprecedented, with millions of people uprooted from their ancestral homes. Millions of Hindus, Muslims, and Sikhs were forced to leave their homes and cross newly drawn borders. Families were separated, and people had to abandon everything they had ever known. The journey was fraught with danger and uncertainty. The process was chaotic and violent. Trains carrying refugees were often attacked, and entire villages were burned to the ground. The violence was indiscriminate, affecting men, women, and children alike. Neighbors turned against neighbors, and communities that had lived together for centuries were torn apart. The bonds of trust and friendship were shattered, replaced by fear and hatred. The social fabric of the region was irreparably damaged. The human cost of partition was immense. Families were torn apart and countless lives were lost. The emotional and psychological scars left by the partition are still felt by many today. Estimates suggest that over 1 million people were killed in the communal violence. The brutality of the attacks was shocking, with entire communities being wiped out in a matter of days. Millions more were displaced, losing their homes, livelihoods, and loved ones. The refugee camps were overcrowded and lacked basic amenities, making survival a daily struggle. The trauma of partition continues to haunt the memories of those who lived through it. Even decades later, the stories of loss and suffering are passed down through generations, serving as a somber reminder of the human cost of division. Two nations rise: India and Pakistan. After independence brought both challenges and opportunities for India and Pakistan. India, under Nehru's leadership, adopted a democratic system and embarked on a path of economic development. Pakistan, on the other hand, struggled to establish political stability and faced economic challenges. The relationship between the two nations remained strained due to the legacy of partition and the unresolved issue of Kashmir. The two countries have fought several wars and continue to face political and territorial disputes. The end of the British Raj had a profound impact on the Indian subcontinent. It led to the creation of two new nations, India and Pakistan, each with its own unique challenges and opportunities. The partition and its aftermath continue to shape the political, social, and cultural landscape of the region. The legacy of British rule is complex and multifaceted. While it left behind a legacy of administrative and legal systems, it also contributed to economic exploitation and social divisions. The partition, a direct consequence of British policies, continues to cast a long shadow on the relationship between India and Pakistan. Echoes of the past partition and its relevance in the 21st century. The partition of India holds significant relevance even today. It was a monumental event that not only reshaped the geographical boundaries of South Asia, but also left an indelible mark on the collective consciousness of millions. The repercussions of this division are still felt in the socio-political dynamics of the region. It serves as a reminder of the human cost of division and the importance of tolerance and understanding. The stories of families torn apart, lives uprooted, and the immense suffering endured by countless individuals highlight the devastating impact of such a division. These narratives are not just historical accounts. They are lessons in empathy and humanity. The stories of partition serve as a stark warning against the dangers of communalism and the importance of peaceful coexistence. The communal riots that erupted during that time were a grim reminder of how easily societal harmony can be disrupted. Today, as we witness instances of communal tension, the lessons from partition become even more pertinent. As we move further away from the events of 1947, it is crucial to remember the lessons of partition and strive to build a future where such tragedies are never repeated. Commemorations and educational initiatives play a vital role in keeping the memory of partition alive, ensuring that future generations understand the gravity of what transpired. The partition of India is not just a historical event, it is a story that continues to resonate in the 21st century. The cultural and social ties that bind India and Pakistan, despite their political differences, are a testament to the enduring human spirit. Festivals, art, and shared heritage continue to bridge the divide created by partition. It reminds us of the enduring power of the past to shape the present and the importance of learning from history to create a better future. By acknowledging and understanding the events of partition, we can foster a more inclusive and harmonious society where the mistakes of the past are not repeated and the future is built on a foundation of mutual respect and understanding.